What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So InferNoble Knight is getting a lot of support. We got a brand new synchro, a link, a few more support cards for them, and they're getting, of course, newer monsters. In addition to that, there is another card for the hamburger stuff, the recipe, the chef's deck. It is actually a pretty decent card. So let's go over this one because there's only one card in this one. So this is called Voici la Carte. Here is the menu. It's a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first part of it says reveal 2 novels monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent picks one for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into the deck. Then you get to add one of these cards from your deck or graveyard to your hand based on the added monster's type. So if it's a Beast Warrior Rossetti di Poison, you get to add Fish Recipe, Warrior Rossetti di Vondi Meat Recipe. So you can kind of see where they're going with it. Like you basically have your opponent pick the stuff for you. I think it's a really cool idea in terms of its a design on the card. But at the end of the day, you activate one card, your opponent lets you add one, and then you get to add another card from your deck. So basically, it's automatically +1. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to play it, and especially with so many other pluses that they have, like the pre-prep. The deck is getting much better. I think they want this to be maybe one of the top tier next decks. I mean, if it gets any more support, it's going to be good. Next up, though, again, the InferNoble Knights from Dune over here. So lots of brand new warriors here. So let's see if it's going to be really good, because InferNoble Knights, they did see some play. There was a lot of competitive decks that would make a Soul, Godfrey variants, and it was pretty decent, actually, but I haven't seen it in more recent times. So let's check it out and see if this is going to make them come back. So first off, we had an InferNoble Knight, Ricardetto. It's a Fire Warrior Tuner effect, level 1, 500 attack, 0 defense. It says you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So the first part of the effect is you can banish this card from your hand or your graveyard to special summon one level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster from your hand as a tuner. Okay, so they want you to be able to synchro. Okay. The second part is if this card is normal or special summon, you get to target one level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard, except for InferNoble Knight Ricardo special summon. Also, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for warrior monsters. This might not be that big of a downside for lots of different archetypes, but just being able to have like the ability of, what is that Mass Chameleon, or you can just bring back something else from your hand, make it a tuner. It obviously is going to complement the newer synchro, is my guess. Next up, though, so a pretty solid card overall. Next up, we have InferNoble Knight Turpin. So it's a Fire Warrior effect, level 4, 1400 attack, 1700 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is if you control a monster equipped with an equip card, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but if it is summoned from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. Second part is if this card is in your graveyard, you get to target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. Third part is if the equipped monster is used as secret material, you can treat it as a tuner. Okay, pretty dang cool. Just being able to, I mean, it's just easy summon it. I don't know if someone's going to try to put Imperial on wall, but like that's a pretty easy condition in a lot of different decks, just having equipped, so you just get to bring it back consistently, every single turn. Could be okay for that, but just being able to have that bonus effect, if you do dump it into the graveyard, just a free special summon, it might not be that bad of a card, because it might just go into the synchro here. So the synchro is going to be called Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms. So they get a new princess. Here's the artwork on this. This one looks pretty dang cool. So this one, it looks like that, as far as like the artwork theme, this one is maybe, I don't know if that would consider that like European armor, but then like this is more like the Asian artwork over here. So I don't know if they're like trying to fuse different like dynasties or different like eras together. Anyways, we're here for the effects, okay? Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms is a Fire Warrior synchro effect, level 5, 1200 attack, 2400 defense points, 1 tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner monsters. So as you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is if this card is special summoned, you get to add one card that it mentions InferNoble Knight Emperor Charles or one Horn of Oliphant from your deck to your hand. The second part is when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack as a quick effect, you get to send one Fire Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, banish this card until the end phase. Then you get to special one Roland monster from your deck or extra deck. Okay, this effect could be really, really good. I know that there's a lot of Roland and, was it Renaud? I vaguely remember because I played it in Heroes with like the, the Nemesis cards. Those were really good. And just thinking about this banishing when it leaves the field actually might not even be that bad of an effect. But the downside is you can't use its effect multiple times per turn. Otherwise, if you did have that ability, you can throw this in with Nemesis and you would have insane combos, like, but they kind of limited it on that. Anyways, next up we have Charlemagne. Here is the brand new Link monster for them. So it's going to be a 3000. It's a 3000 Link 1? No way. So it's a Fire Warrior Link effect, Link 1, but it has 3000 attack. It's 1 level 9. Oh, it requires InferNoble Knight Charles Empress equipped with a new card. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was gonna say, dude, you can just add just one card and go to it. Okay, so if the card is linked summon, you can target one InferNoble Knight Emperor Charles that is in your graveyard. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Then equip it to this card and an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. So it's 3500. Then the second part is once per turn when a spell / trap or effect is activated, as a quick effect, you just send one equip spell from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, negate the activation and destroy it. Okay, so unfortunately it is a once per turn, but it is another negation. Now I gotta brush up on memory on what the heck this card is because I do not remember it, and I want to give you guys the best review of, you know, the newer cards and sets. Let's go ahead and we'll get the update later. I'm here to check this out. Okay, so this one, it's just one tuner and one non-tuner, and it's a level 9. So if an equipped card, it becomes equipped to a monster on the field. Even during the damage ship, you can destroy one card on the field. So as soon as you go for it, you get to pop one card, okay? And then during the end phase, you can equip one equip spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you get to equip a Fire Warrior monster from your deck to this card and equip spell that gives it 500 attack. The problem is that I don't see how you would just go into this. Like, if you could, maybe you equip a card, you pop something. Because the problem is that during the end phase, you get that bonus effect. But, like, if you equip that other monster to this card, then it wouldn't get an effect. It's just like, to me, it just sounds kind of counterproductive in what the design was for the card. It would make more sense. I gotta double check. Okay, hold on. So this, okay, you can, this card becomes that monster's original name. So it replaces that effect. Oh, okay. So it replaces that monster's original effect. Permanently. It's not until the end phase. Okay, so then you would still then be able to re-equip and then still pop something. Okay, no, now it makes 100% sense. My bad. I get it now. And then you gain 500 attack. I wonder if you gain another 500 because of the other effect. Because it says replace that monster's original effects. Okay, well, either way, maybe it's like not that bad. Next up, though, InferNobyl Arms AzneyesWhitedragon, which is an equip spell. It says you can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, only once a turn. First part is when this card is equipped to a monster, you can equip one InferNobyl Arms equip spell from your deck or graveyard to an appropriate monster you control, except for InferNobyl Arms AzneyesWhitedragon. Then destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you target one of your Fire Warrior monsters that is banished or in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. Okay, so this is pretty good. It basically just becomes equip whatever you want from your deck. I like it. Pretty solid card, or graveyard, so you can never really go minus with it. Next up, we have the Noble Arms Museum, which is a field spell that says Fire Warrior monsters you control gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you get to pay 1200 life points to add one Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand, except for the Noble Arms Museum. Once per turn, if you apply this card's second effect this turn, you get to target one Noble Knight monster card in your spell and trap zone, special summon it, and special summon it also if you did not control InferNoble Emperor Charles at activation. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for warrior monsters. Okay, so it's a pretty solid card overall, just because the deck's going to have insane consistency now. One of them equips whatever you want, the other one searches whatever you need, which could just be whatever card you want, so you can deck them pretty hard. Next up, we have the Epic Poem of Charles, which is a normal trap card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First part is to reveal a Noble Arms equip spell in your hand, and if you do, special one InferNoble Knight monster from your hand or deck, then either equip it with the reveal card or send the reveal card to the graveyard. That's a phenomenal effect. Second part is you can banish the card from your graveyard and target an InferNoble Knight Emperor Charles. You control, equip it with one Noble Knight monster from your hand or deck as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. Okay, so overall, I would say this is a pretty solid like lineup. All the cards are looking like it's going to add insane consistency. Okay, because I was wondering, because I felt like the Noble Knights were always about like European, but now it looks like they're swapping up to, this looks more like a Japanese style like blade here. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the InferNoble stuff. Is it good? I haven't seen anyone play the deck, so maybe this will make it see some more play. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, don't miss out. Make sure to sub with the bell notification if it's your first time here, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.